Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the next episode of the Spud Kingdom podcast. I'm your host once again, Kevin Woodrum. Most of you know me as Woody. So this week, I just want to thank everybody for the positive feedback that I got from some of you that have got a chance to listen to the first couple episodes. I really appreciate it. I gotten some recommendations and some suggestions, and there are things that people suggested that I do plan on doing eventually. I just have to get access to do some of those things. Like one of the things somebody mentioned was like a player profile. Yes, I would love to do a player profile. That's something I need to set up ahead of time. Maybe I can get some time with somebody after a practice or something, and I can sit down and have like a full-on interview with the player and get to know them a little bit better. So I thank everybody for the feedback. Thank you to the new people who have joined and subscribed and followed me on Facebook, followed the podcast on Facebook. So we got some big news this week. We got some new acquisitions. DJ McLeish is back in the building. He is back on the team. He made his debut last weekend, and Tim Kim is also returned to the team, and it also made his big debut this weekend for the Spud Kings. And they were two big games that we had this weekend against Utah Outliers and the Pueblo Bulls. Both of those teams were seated ahead of us before the weekend started. I guess we technically jumped over Pueblo by 1 point at the end of last week, so we were just above them. But anyway, both of them really strong contenders in our division. So big games. I got interviews from players following both of those two games. I also have another special guest interview with a fan experience and a little bit of promotion for this weekend. So I got something coming up for that. I will have an update on the standings, scoring leaders, and all that kind of stuff, and where we are sitting in our division. So without further ado, let's start with some action. This weekend, Thursday, game one was against the Utah Outliers on November 14th at the MAC. MAC, short for Mountain America Center, for those of you that don't know. So the first period would show a great defensive battle to start the game. Both goalies put up shutouts in the first. Marcus Ouellette stopped all 9 shots that the Spud Kings put on the net, and Charlie Durkin would match him and raise him 3 as he stopped 12 shots on goal for the period. The second period would start off with the Outliers on the power play. Luckily, the Spud Kings penalty kill unit was able to do just that and killed off the penalty, and there was no harm done. Around the 5-minute mark, the Spud Kings would get a power play of their own, but unfortunately, the Outliers were the ones that were able to capitalize, and they get a shorthanded goal scored on a breakaway by Garrett Joss. A little over a minute later, at the 8-minute, 9-second mark, Jonathan Radikainen would answer back with the beautiful backhand shot that landed top shelf and evened up the score. It was quite a beautiful shot. If you guys didn't see it in person, go back and watch the highlight, Flow Hockey, if you have it. It was his second goal on the year, and he was assisted by Liam Phillip, his first assist on the year, and Lucas Ronner, his third. So I watched the game Friday morning, and it did look sweet. And the reaction from the crowd and the Spud Kings Hockey TV team, shout out to Spud Kings Hockey TV, was amazing. Like, the reaction was so good, I had to go back and watch it again. Great shot by Jonathan. So the Outliers, a minute later, the Outliers would catch a penalty for high sticking. And this time, the Spud Kings would take advantage of the opportunity. At 10 minutes, 32 seconds, Andrew Schmidt gets his 11th on the year and was assisted by Tyler Atchison, his 7th, and Ronnie Wade, his 8th. So, of course, Andrew Schmidt had to make an appearance and get another goal. He's up there in the division in the tops for scoring. So he added to his total. And just before the period, let's see. The second would continue with the scoring as Sammy Grimaldi got his second on the year at the 13-minute 49-second mark of this one was unassisted. He was able to take it all by himself and get the goal. It was quite beautiful itself. And just before the period ended, the Spud Kings would strike one more time with 10 seconds in the period. Easton Edwards gets his 7th on the year, and he was assisted by Andrew Schmidt, there he is again, for his 9th, and William Donovan for his 4th on the year. The goalie for the Outliers outlet, he took another big shot to the head on this goal. I don't know if you guys saw it, but earlier he took a shot to the head from one of his own players by accident, and he was down for a minute on the ice, and it was kind of scary. But this goal, when Easton scored, he tried to jump and get out of the way, and as Outlet crouched, Easton's knee hit him in the head, and he ended up going down for another extended period of time. He was removed from the game, and we would not see him return. Hopefully, he's all right. We want to send out our thoughts and prayers to that kid. He's an outstanding goalie, and he wasn't the same after he got hit in the head the first time, and it might have something to do with the other 2 goals, but maybe. I mean, Spud Kings were just on their game. But shout out to Aldette. Hopefully you're recovering well, man. We hate to see stuff like that happen. Let's see. The Spud Kings would put up 18 shots on goal in the second and held Utah to only 3 shots on goal. So Utah had a really good goal percentage for the period, but they didn't get very many opportunities. The third period would be all about Charlie Durkin, as he stopped 15 out of 15 shots on the period. Once again, the Spud Kings didn't shoot much in this period as they were all on defense with the 4-1 lead. And Durkin, some of the saves that he made, wow. And once again, he was showing everyone why some of us call him the Wall. Like, that man, he literally is the Wall. Great overall performance from the Spud Kings. They really needed this win. Durkin stopped 29 out of 30 shots and picked up his 6th win on the season. I was able to catch up with Jonathan Radikainen after the game, and this is what Johnny had to say about his performance.
Hey, what up, Spud Kingdom? I'm here with Johnny tonight. We just had a big win against Utah, 4-1. Johnny, tell me, how does that feel, and what kind of empowerment does that give for the rest of the weekend?
I think coming down from 1-0, found a way, second period, get 4 quick ones, I think we're coming together really quickly with this group, and, I think everyone believes in us, and I think it's just a group effort right now, what we're doing here.
Yeah, totally. Like, after last week's Friday night's game where they came back and it was like heartbreaking, you guys have really rebounded, and I see you guys pushing back up towards the top to be number 1. You seeing the same thing?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in that room there's another one guy who doesn't believe in that we can actually beat everyone in this league the way we're playing right now. And, we don't see a reason why this train will stop.
I agree, man. You guys are playing like a well-oiled machine and a great team. I appreciate the time, Johnny. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Johnny, for the time. I appreciate that. So, thank you, Johnny. And that was a great goal and a great game overall for him. Now I got a bonus interview with somebody technically that we didn't know Thursday night had returned to the team. We knew DJ made his big appearance in the game, and he started for the Spud Kings after coming back. There wasn't much on the scoreboard or anything from DJ, but somebody that we didn't know was in the building at the time, Tim Kim. Tim Kim also made his return this weekend to the Spud Kings. And I was able to catch up with Tim for a minute after the game. He was kind enough to sit down and talk with me. And this is what he had to say.
Hey, Spud Kingdom. I'm here with Tim Kim. He just recently got back to the team last night, waiting for all the waivers to clear. We cannot wait to see him. Hey, Tim, how does it feel to be back?
I'm super excited. The team looks really good out there, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, we're glad to have you back, man. You were a big, pivotal part of our team last year. We got a big win tonight. You excited to take the ice with these boys?
There's no better feeling than, winning with the boys. And so, this team can definitely do it. So I'm super excited.
Heck yeah. Appreciate you, Tim. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate the time, man. I was able to talk to Tim again the next night, but we'll get to that later. Don't worry, we'll get there. The Spud Kings picked up their 10th win on the season and was able to gain a spot in the standings. So, game 2 was the following night, and it was Friday, November 15th, also at the MAC. We would be against the Pueblo Bulls this time. This would mark the return of Tim Kim in this matchup. So DJ made his return the night before, and this particular night on Friday, Tim Kim made his return. And now before the game, as some of you know, I do work at the arena, and I was helping out in one of the player tunnels, and I overheard the Bulls players talking a little smack. They were saying that they own the building, that this was their house. Let's show them that we own the building. This is quotes from the Pueblo players. So, with all that being said, let's see how the game went, huh? The first period would set the tone for the game. It would show to be a defensive game and a goalie battle for sure. Now, both teams would fail to get anything past either goalie. Durkin would stop all 7 shots that he faced in the period, and the Spud Kings attempted 14 shots with a couple close calls, including one by Tim Kim that the goalie made a great play on, and I'm surprised that he even caught up to it. It was a beautiful shot. So if this was a sign of anything to come for Tim on the night, we were in for a treat. So the second period started off with Pueblo. It started off good for them as they were finally able to get one past Durkin at 2 minutes, 8 seconds into the period. The goalie battle would continue after that for 15 more minutes when Tyler Atchison finally puts one in for his 3rd on the year, and assisted on the play by DJ McLeish. Welcome back, DJ. His first back with the team, and Sammy Grimaldi for his 2nd on the year. This goal did come on a power play opportunity, which we really needed because we've been struggling to knock them in on the power plays. We've been getting quite a few every game, and it seems that we're not just taking advantage fully of the opportunity. The last 2 games, finally see some of that happening. So the period would come to an end. It was 1-1. The third period was a lot like the first. Both teams would fail to score. Durkin stopped 9 shots in this period and proved once again why he is the wall. This led to an overtime. And before we start overtime, one more time, welcome back, Tim Kim. 37 seconds into the overtime period, Tim found himself in front of the net and knocked one in past Pueblo's goalie for the game winner. He was assisted by DJ McLeish for his 2nd on the year because he got the one earlier in the game, and Bookie Warshaw for his 8th on the year. And Bookie, on the play, not only did he get an assist, but he set a great goalie screen on the play to help Kim put it in for the nail in the coffin. Like, it was so beautiful. I went back and watched that one a couple times. The Spud Kings would win the game 2-1. And I think the building is in good hands, but thanks, Pueblo, for trying to claim it. We're good. We're good. Spud Kings got us, man. Don't even worry about it. Durkin would stop 22 out of 23 shots and pick up his 7th win on the season. His record now on the season is 7-4-1 with a 92% save percentage. Well, unbelievable. It's just amazing. After the game, I was able to talk with Tim Kim, the star of the game, and talk a little bit about his goal. So without further ado, once again, here is Tim Kim.
You guys.
Hey, welcome, Spud Kingdom. I am here with the man who scored the game-winning goal tonight. I talked to him a little bit last night, give him a good welcome back. Tim, how's it feel, man?
It feels like I'm just right back at home, The Lord's with us, and, it was just a very fun game to play.
Oh, man, yeah, it looked good. It looked fun, man, with DJ assisted on the play.
Yeah.
So it's two guys that we lost last year, came back this week, gets the game-winning goal. Can't be happier. Do you think this team has a shot to take over this conference?
Not only a shot, I know for a fact we listen to Coach and Coach's plan, everything's going to work out for us. I mean, it's all about work ethic, and we have that, and just we have a great everything. So I'm excited, very excited.
Awesome, man. We're excited to have you back, Tim. We appreciate everything. Thanks again for the big night, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good night.
Your time.
Man, I appreciate it, Tim. I mean, I don't know if you really just found yourself in front of the net and blanked out and got lucky and left it all to God or not. But, man, we appreciate you. We're glad to have you back. Welcome back to the team. I was also able to get a bonus interview on the night with the man that got one of the assists on the goal and set the screen on the goalie, Bookie Warshaw. So I did talk to Bookie for a minute, and this is what he had to say.
Hey, Spud Kingdom. I'm here with Bookie Warshaw. We just had a huge overtime victory over Pueblo. How does it feel to get a big win like that?
It feels great. That was huge. It was a tough game. It was close. It was stressful at times, but that was huge.
Yeah, it was stressful for us too, man. And I didn't even get to watch the whole game. I just got to watch part of it. This is going to be a big win going into the future. It's going to vault you guys up in the rankings. Hopefully those other two teams lose tonight. What kind of momentum does this give you going forward?
Oh, a ton of momentum. It was huge past 2 weekends. It's nice being back home. I think that's a big part of us getting these wins. And everyone's got good vibes in the locker room, ready to go.
I agree, man. Thanks, Bookie, for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Bookie, man. I appreciate the time. I caught him barely as he was leaving. He was ready to go home for the night. Thank you very much for stopping and talking to me. So after the weekend, Andrew Schmidt still leads the team in points with 20 and goals with 11. And Easton Edwards still the assist man with 10. Spud Kings climbed to second in the Mountain Division, still trailing Ogden by 4 points, with Rock Springs coming in on Friday and the Ponies this Saturday. This could be a big weekend for the Spud Kings. I mean, Rock Springs always puts up a tough battle, and if we can get a win on them, and hopefully Ogden picks up a loss. I don't even know if they're playing Friday. Maybe I should do some research and check on that. Maybe I'll do that before when I take my break. But if we could get past Rock Springs, and then we got the Ponies. I know we call them the Ponies. That's our little thing. We call them My Little Ponies. We play their little theme song and stuff, which is kind of cute, funny. But Ogden's a real good team. The Ogden Mustangs are a great team. We got them coming in on Saturday. And, man, if we can get that win, if we can get past that game, and we can get that much closer to the first place, it's going to be awesome. Looking forward into the season. We still got a long season to go, but these boys are firing on all cylinders right now, as you heard from a couple of the interviews earlier. And I think we have what it takes to keep on going and keep on fighting and climbing in these rankings, and maybe even be the number one team pretty soon. But so with that, I'm going to take a short break, and then we'll come back with some hockey rules. And then I got a couple ideas I want to float past you guys and see what you think. I know obviously you can't answer me on here, but you could take my answers on Facebook and stuff. So I'm going to take a short break, and I'll be back right after this. Hey, Spud Kingdom. Are you a local business looking to reach a wider audience? An audience with a similar interest like cheering on our Spud Kings? Partner with the Spud Kingdom podcast and connect with our enthusiastic listeners. Why advertise with us? Our loyal listeners love supporting local businesses. And we can tailor promotions to create custom ads to fit you and your business. We also have a strong community focus here to strengthen ties between you, the local business, and our Spud Kingdom family. Let's work together to showcase what makes your business special. Contact us today to learn more about advertising opportunities. Email me at spudkingdompodcast@gmail.com. That's SPUDKINGPODCAST@gmail.com. That's spudkingdompodcast@gmail.com. The Spud Kingdom Podcast, where businesses and the community grow. And welcome back, Spud Kingdom. So I did do a little research on my little break there. Ogden does not play Friday night. So if we win Friday, that'll give us a shot at getting real close to them, and then we can play them on Saturday. And if we beat them there, that'll tie us up for the lead. So something to look forward to there. They are not playing. So just before I get into the hockey rule of the week, I wanted to mention possibly doing a trivia segment. Doing like maybe some hockey trivia or even Spud Kings trivia. I maybe even do the question here on the podcast and then have you guys answer it on the Facebook, and then I pick a winner or something. Eventually, if I can get a sponsor or something, I would like to do like a giveaway for trivia. I think that would be pretty cool. Give you a prize away. But until then, it would just be bragging rights. Maybe I can make a list like this person got it right this many times or something. I don't know. But maybe just something to keep it fresh. Just something like a new type of segment. Maybe do a little bit of trivia. Let me know what you think. Even if you don't want to do it on the podcast, we could probably do it on the Facebook page itself. Spud Kingdom Podcast on Facebook. We can try that if you'd like. Just do the trivia there, answer questions there. And you guys can talk back and forth amongst yourselves and all that kind of stuff. Just a thought of mine. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to some of you guys this weekend and give me a holler, or hit me up on Facebook and let me know what you think. So, hockey rule of the week I picked this week is slashing. And slashing is, in hockey, slashing is when a player swings their stick at an opponent, whether or not contact is made. So you swing your stick in the direction of an opponent and not at the puck, it is considered slashing. Also, there's different ways it can be called. If you're forcibly chopping the stick on the opponent's body, stick, or near their hands, swinging the stick at an opponent, obvious one right there. I mean, I think that's how they got the name slashing, right? And then making a wild but not normal swing at the puck to intimidate the opponent. So if you're just making some crazy swing at the puck just to scare the opponent, that can also be considered slashing. Hitting the gloves with the blade of or the shaft of the stick, also slashing. I mean, I think they mentioned earlier that just swinging the stick towards the hands or anything is considered a no-no. So, and then let's see. There is a minor, a major, and a match penalty variation of it, depending on the intent of the slash. So, depending on if there's reckless endangerment. So like if they went out there, slashed the person on purpose, like it wasn't just like part of hockey. They weren't going for like trying to knock the puck out of the air or something like that and just happened to hit the opponent. If they're literally going out there looking right at the guy and intentionally hit them with the stick, and that's their only intent, then it can be considered a 5-minute major and a game misconduct. Now, and if they do the same thing, but they're intending or attempting to injure somebody, or if somebody does get injured on a slash because it was an intentional slash, that can be considered a match penalty and the player can be ejected. So that is slashing. We mentioned possibly doing some trivia. Also talked about Ogden does not play Friday, but we play them Saturday. So coming up, I am going to have a guest interview. I don't know if it's going to be much of a fan experience interview or just a guest interview. I'm having this person on here for a very special reason and a special reason coming up this weekend. So we are going to have a guest interview. We're here in just a moment. See if there's anything else I need to catch up real quick before we get to that. No, it looks like got everything else mentioned. Flashing is the rule of the week for all of those non-hockey peoples out there, like my buddy Jimmy that was on the show last week. And then possibly do some trivia. Hit me up and let me know what you think about that. So without further ado, let's get to the guest interview. So for my special guest interview today, guys, I brought one of my personal friends again on the show. This time a little bit different. We're going to get into some other stuff later. This is my friend, Michael Scher, a Marine. I said former Marine earlier. He corrected me. Tell me
Once
why.
a Marine, always.
That's right. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Get a little closer. So Michael, what I do here is I have like a fan experience. Do you watch hockey?
I do.
Have you watched it like your whole life?
Not really my whole life, but I mean, for the most part.
For the most part. You fan of any NHL teams?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's better.
I,
Yeah.
I like the night.
Oh, Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, so you and Jimmy get along real good with that one. I used to be a Coyotes fan, and then they recently moved to Utah, and I can't do that. So I chose the Ducks. I'm a Ducks fan now, so we might have to catch up on a game together.
Yeah, definitely.
You get to go to Spud Kings games very often.
I do.
Do
I get to go to the games
Do you consider yourself a good fan, an avid fan?
when I can get tickets.
When you
They
get
sell out. They sell out pretty quick.
that, it's a big deal. Well, I'll give you a little tidbit. Sunday, the 8th of December, that game was supposed to be in Utah, like the recent one on Thursday was. It's now going to be at Mountain America Center. So there's going to be plenty of tickets available for that one because it's not a season ticket game. It's originally an away game. Now it's a home game. So there's going to be an opportunity there.
Well, I'll be there on the 7th.
Yeah, you will. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. But yeah, you will be there on the 7th. So maybe you'll get to come and actually enjoy the game on the 8th. So,
Right.
So you're a Spud Kings fan. Would you recommend people going to a Spud Kings game?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great time.
I'm telling you, it's probably a lot better than going to most of your regular NHL.
Oh, I agree. Because sometimes I've been to a few NHL games myself, and they can be a little bit slower paced, even though like they skate faster and hit harder. Sometimes they could be a bit slower paced because they're more technical and
Right.
and whatnot.
I
But
agree.
so yeah, I have a great time when I go to. Do you ever get to partake in any of the stadium food?
Oh yeah.
Do you have a favorite?
No.
No.
I'm still kind of sampling everything, a little bit here and a little bit there. So, I'm a foodie,
Ah,
and so, I mean, it from the different stadiums that I have been to, the food that we have there at the Mountain America Center is by far the best.
it's pretty good.
I mean, of course, stadium, okay, their food is amazing. Don't get me wrong. And they have a lot of good food there. But I'd still rather eat at Mountain America Center than I would at Force.
Yeah, I mean they got stuff like the poutine, loaded fries, loaded nachos.
Right.
We and Jimmy were talking last week. They got these new funnel cake fries. It smells so
looking
good.
forward to those.
So the real reason, though, that I brought you onto the show is that you represent Toys for Tots.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to be doing something with the Spud Kings called the Teddy Bear Toss. Is that right?
Yes. We've got 2 of them going this year.
So when's the first one?
The first one is actually this weekend, this Friday, the 22nd.
Okay, and it's what people just need to bring in any type of stuffed animal.
We prefer bringing in a new stuffed animal. But yeah, bring in a stuffed animal, and then when the Spud Kings score their first goal, you throw them out onto the rink.
And if the first goal doesn't happen in the first period or something, isn't there like a time when we can throw them out later, like in an intermission or something?
I honestly don't know.
I know we had to do that previously in the past. I just wasn't sure if they were still doing that. I mean, Spud Kings have been scoring. I'm sure we ain't going to have a problem.
Right. I don't think we're going to have a problem either. I think it's usually by the if they haven't scored by the second quarter, then there's a time that they'll just announce to
Throw your teddy bears. Right. And then for the people that don't get there in time, don't you guys set up boxes and stuff as well? Don't you have like a booth or something set up?
We'll actually have three different places, or not three different places, but we'll have three different companies actually providing teddy bears or stuffed animals there at the doors. We have Nissan Toyota. We have Sam's Club. And then we have Good Goat, or the Brad Hall Foundation are providing teddy bears also.
So if people don't bring one, they can purchase one there and partake in the event.
Yep.
Awesome.
And all proceeds go to Toys for Tots.
And that, which is such a great charity. And then it's headed up by the Marine Corps. Is that correct?
The Marine Corps Reserve.
Marine Corps Reserves.
Uh-huh.
All right. And you're kind of one of the heads in the area.
I am the local coordinator for the Idaho Falls area, which covers from Shelley up to the Montana border, and then from Jackson all the way over to.
Oh wow, that's quite the range.
We've got quite the big area.
Nice. And if you guys want to get involved with Toys for Tots on your own, if you have a local business or something and want to set up a box, these guys are always looking for people to take donations, always looking for people to help out. The Spud Kings game is not your only opportunity. They also have other businesses that have things set up already at locations. You have a Facebook page, right?
Yes, we do have a Facebook page.
Is it just at Toys for Tots?
It's I want to say it's Idaho Falls Toys for Tots, or Idaho Falls Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots, Idaho Falls Marine Corps Reserve.
Okay. Idaho Falls Marine Corps
Toys for Tots, Idaho Falls Marine Corps Reserve.
Okay, Toys for Tots, Idaho Falls Marine Corps Reserve on Facebook. You could check out their updates on there. Mike was telling me they've been a little bit behind on getting it updated, but they're going to start getting updates on where you can find other events that they're going to be having in the area, not just the Spud Kings games. So there will be more opportunities for people to donate and get involved. You're also going to be doing a second game. Is that correct? Is that the one on the 7th that we were talking about earlier?
Yes, December 7th.
So if you guys miss out this weekend, you'll have another opportunity December 7th to do the same thing, do the teddy bear toss. All the proceeds go to Toys for Tots. Everything is for good things. I mean, let's give these kids a Christmas that they never had, or one that they'll never forget.
And the other thing is, there's a misconception that not all of the money stays local. That is not. It all stays local. The foundation only wants us to spend 97% on toys. That way we have a 3% overhead, gas, or whatever we need. So far, our campaign has actually been able to keep it at 99.5. So like 5% is spent for papers that we need for printing off flyers, or pencils, colored pencils, different things like that.
So you hear that, people? It's a misconception, but it does stay local.
If it didn't, I wouldn't do it. I'm a local boy. I've lived here for 40 plus years. So, but yeah, everything stays local. And we just try helping out as many kids as we possibly can.
And I love it. In the Spud Kingdom here, we love the local community. We range from Pocatello, Rigby, Rexburg on up. Like, there's a lot of fans anywhere and everywhere in between. So if you guys do donate, it's going to somebody here in the area that needs the help. It's not getting shipped over to New York, Chicago, or anywhere else. It's staying right here in this area. So get the chance. This Friday night, November 22nd, we're going to be playing the Rock Springs team, and you get your teddy bears there, or you bring them with you in advance. They prefer new ones. That way the kids get them just as new and just as awesome as you did, and they can have that good experience. So I want to thank you for your time, Michael. I appreciate everything.
Yeah. Also, if we have leftover stuffed animals, we actually take the leftover
obviously.
So we take the leftovers. We actually donate those to the police department, fire department in our area, and also to like the DVAC or other foundations that need those stuff emergency.
So you hear that, people? The overflow gets donated too. Because yeah, I mean, we only have a few weeks until Christmas time before they donate these things out. So whatever's left over, they go to other charitable organizations. And I think even the Ronald McDonald's House is one of those places as well, right? Yeah. So everything goes to a good cause. So do what you can to get out, support Toys for Tots. If you see them anywhere when you're out and about, they take donations too, because they will, like Michael was saying earlier, at least 97% of their profits go to buying toys. And here in this area, he said it's even up to 99.5%. Listen to that, 99.5%. Everything goes
for 100%.
that means that they're going to be taking gas money out of their own pockets to get to where they got to go and to do these things that they have to, because they feel so strongly about this organization as well. So once again, come down and see us. Michael will be down there and be helping you guys get donations. He's going to be out there on the ice scooping up these bears and getting them to the right spot. So come on out. December 7th is one of the games, and then this Friday, November 22nd. All right, we'll see you there. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, brother. Thanks again, Michael, for coming on to the show. Man, I really appreciate that. Hopefully we can get the name and the word out there about the Toys for Tots. Once again, this Friday night, November 22nd, we're going to be playing against Rock Springs, and Toys for Tots going to be doing the teddy bear toss. Either get their first goal, or there will be some there available through other organizations that are partnering up with Toys for Tots to do this. All proceeds do stay in the area. All the toys do stay in the area, and they make sure that everything, all of the money, all of the toys do get put in good use. I want to thank my interviews from this week, Tim Kim and excuse me, Bookie Warshaw and Mr. Johnny Radikainen himself. I just want to thank you all those guys for taking the time to talk with me. So just a little quick recap. We won the first game on the weekend handedly, 4-1 against Utah. And then we won the second game 2-1 in overtime against Pueblo. And that took us to second place in the Mountain Division. We're just behind Ogden. Ogden does not play Friday, and we do. So if we win that game, we can gain 2 more points towards getting up to first place. We are 4 points behind them right now. So hopefully we can make that happen. Once again, we got games this Friday, the 22nd, and Saturday, the 23rd. We're playing Rock Springs Friday, and we're playing the dreaded Ogden Mustangs on Saturday. So please come out and support the teams. Do everything you can to cheer them on. Don't forget your teddy bears for the teddy bear toss. Make sure you do what you can to help out Toys for Tot. Look them up on Facebook, Toys for Tot, Idaho Falls Marine Corps on Facebook. Check that out. One more time, I'd like to thank all my guests. I would like to thank Eric Hudson for giving me the opportunity to talk with these boys. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Please let me know any feedback or any questions or anything you might have. I'll be signing off for the night. Once again, my name is Kevin Woodrome, also known as Woody. And as always, go Spud King.